In the penultimate decade of the 19th century, Otto von Bismarck was at the height of his power. Domestically, his chancellorship was secure with the firm support of the aged Kaiser Wilhelm. Internationally, his diplomatic system appeared to have achieved near total hegemony over European politics. Austria and Russia, the two other great empires on the continent, were bound to Germany through a revived Three Emperors League. Italy remained friendly via the new Triple Alliance, while France, though reconcilably adversarial, was isolated and quarantined. Potential hiccups were always on the horizon, of course. Habsburg and Romanov still bickered over the Balkans. France might at any point escape its segregation or launch a war of revenge. But Bismarck enjoyed the challenge these problems offered, and in 1882 his eye and grip on international politics expanded still further. That year, hoping to restore the Khedive to power in Egypt, British forces had occupied the country instead of evacuating a few weeks later as expected. Prime Minister William Gladstone found that maintaining the Khedive in power required locking British troops into a semi-permanent residency. Unfortunately for London, doing so came at the price of alienating one of its key partners in Europe. Throughout the 1870s, France and Britain had often cooperated in international affairs via an informal liberal entente, but Paris held enormous interests in Egypt, and Britain's unilateral occupation was perceived as a humiliation almost as unforgivable as Germany's annexation of Alsace-Lorraine 12 years before. Combined with Whitehall's perennial hostility to Russia over the Straits and Gladstone's sporadic denunciations of both Austria and Turkey as disreputable autocracies, Britain was left entirely dependent on German goodwill to avoid complete isolation in Europe. Like any good patriot, Bismarck was happy to use this power to Germany's advantage, the most glaring example being when he forced Britain to back down over a range of colonial claims. Now, the seriousness of Britain's position here can be overlooked, as this was the only real, obvious display of Bismarck wielding his new powers so blatantly. Indeed, on a personal level, he didn't really bear Britain any ill will. Yet the threat of blackmail hung over Whitehall like a dark cloud. When Gladstone left office in 1885, he was replaced by the Marquis of Salisbury. Britain's situation was exceptionally grim, with no friends on the continent, dependent almost entirely on Bismarck's patronage. The new prime minister was horrified that all it needed was for Germany to swing against London, and the general partition of Britain's empire would be on the cards, something not remotely desired by Bismarck. But the unspoken threat made the situation incredibly dangerous for London and profitable for Berlin. This, then, was the setup for the next 5 years of Anglo-German relations.